All right, class. Welcome to Finance 420. If you'll follow along, you notice that I have the syllabus on the screen. I just want to show a few quick things on there. First of all, notice modules 1 through 8 are always due on Friday. This first week, because we had the short week, I actually pushed some of the dates in the system back a couple of days, but you should just always think everything is due on Friday. Right. So by the end of the night on Friday night, you have to have everything in, right? The way the points are split up, 200 points for the pat back assignment, 200 for homework, 200 for quizzes, and then 400 on the exams. There's 4 exams, so it's 100 points each, and that will add up to 1,000 points total. Here's all of the dates that are important to you. That's all set by eCampus. And then as far as our 8 weeks, each week I tell you exactly what we're going to go over and which chapters those involve. And if you notice, there's an assignment and an assessment. That's homework and quiz, right? Assignment, assessment, and then pack back, and I'll show you how that works. And then on the even ones, right, you have an exam, and I'll show you that as well. So first thing we want to do is jump over to our Blackboard page. I believe that should be showing now. And so here's the syllabus, right? If you look over here, syllabus, schedule, and rubrics. I will put announcements and they'll show up at the very beginning, right here under announcements. But if you look at our modules, there's a review here. None of this is required, but if you haven't used Connect before and things like that, you might find this to be useful. There's also things from the CFA if you find that interesting and you'd like to go down that route. When you go to the modules for each of the week, I'll tell you what you need to do in that module. On videos and course materials, you'll have a video, right? This just plays on YouTube from my channel, right? And I'll just work through, all the things you need to know, right? But yeah, so the video will be there. You can watch that at your leisure. This is just my YouTube channel, so you're more than welcome to go up there and watch other videos, right? You can watch ahead. I made a playlist and everything, so feel free to watch that as many times as you would need. And then you notice here the SMART book, right? Chapter 12, chapter 13. This is your textbook, right? So it's only covering those 2 chapters. And then if you look down here in assignments, this is where you find the assignment and the quiz, right? The assignment and the assessment, right? I think the book renamed it to quiz. So, but that's all that is, right? And then you notice here, pack back link. When you click on that, it should take you directly to our page, right? And you'll see 2 pack backs are open. This one is due Friday. I didn't push this one back because all you have to do is literally ask a question, and you should be able to do that in 15 minutes or so. Just look over anything related to these chapters. You can watch the video a bit, just ask a question based on that. But you do need to ask a question, and then you're going to make 2 responses. Remember, each of these are 25 points each, because 200 points by the 8 modules, right? Each module must be 25 points. So the way I split that up is 13 points for the question and then 6 points for each of your responses. Now, when you go to make a post, let me just show you. This is where I started typing something in, just to at least show you what'll happen once you start typing things. So you notice here this curiosity score, and it's predicting it'll be between 0 and 30. You have to get at least a 50 on your curiosity score to get full credit. If you notice down here, it mentions some other things to work on. The curiosity itself is like you need to add more down here. For the credibility, it's saying, hey, you forgot to tell me where you're getting this from. The communication and convention, this is more about the way you're trying to present your question. Are you have grammatical errors? Do you have spelling errors? Those types of things, and it'll help you as you're doing this. And then once you get done, it'll do a plagiarism check and everything. But the advantage of this is you can do it at your leisure. So if you wake up at 2 in the morning and you just want to, type this out, you're more than welcome to, right? And you get immediate feedback. So you're not waiting on me to grade it the next day and tell you that you should have done this or that differently. It's telling you immediately on that. And then you will also go in and respond to 2 others. Now, obviously, the first person to go in and ask a question won't have other questions to answer yet, but hopefully everyone is encouraged to go out there and post their questions as quickly as possible so that we can get those done. I pointed out that this will close on Friday. Everything closes on Friday. This closes Friday, and on Saturday, Packback 3 will become available. It's not going to be due for a while, but that way I always keep the next one also available for you to pick to go into. That way, if you know that you need to be careful because you may need to go out of town, the Thanksgiving vacations or something. I have no idea what's going on with each of you, but whatever it is, you're able to go in and work ahead a little bit. At least asking your question, even if you need to come back later and respond if no one else has asked a question. But I like to give you guys as much leeway as possible. The way the system is set up, I can't really put everything open at once because that'll cause more confusion. So, but this way seems to be working well. So just encourage you to do that. And then again, that is all that is required: a Packback, the assignments, the assessment or quiz, and then every other week there will be an exam. Exam 2 will act as your midterm. Exam 4 will act as your final. But keep in mind that that those work just as any other exam. Let me pull up module 2 just to give you an example of that. So the video course material looks exactly the same as it did before. And the assignments, you notice it's got Packback, it's got the assignment and the assessments, right, or the assignments and the quizzes. And then you notice down here, there's exam 1 practice and exam 1. They are drawn from the exact same test bank. They create the exam in the same way, like the questions are presented in the same way to you on the screen. And so it's the best preparation really for the exam. So I encourage you to take the practice exam as much as possible, right? That's the best way to really prepare for that first exam. If you're consistently getting A's on the practice, almost surely will get an A on the real exam. If you're normally getting C's on the practice, you're probably going to get a C on the exam, right? So it's a really good gauge of what it's going to look like because it is just like the exam as far as the way the questions go. And so if you do have any questions or concerns about this, please don't hesitate to email me and I will respond to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much.